The statement in which a 72-hour deadline was declared was published on Sunday afternoon, but no exact time was given in that statement. All we know is that Tigrayan forces have until later on Wednesday to surrender, and if they don't, the government forces will start attacking the city of Mekelle, home to about 500,000 people. The Ethiopian Prime Minister said that the attack on Tigray's regional capital will not stop no matter who dies. The government sees taking back Mekelle as the final step in its military offensive in the region, which has been going on for 3 weeks now. A news agency in Ethiopia's Amhara region said that more than 10,000 Tigrayan troops had been destroyed since the beginning of the fighting, and the government is also saying that Tigrayan forces are now starting to surrender, but the leader of the TPLF said Tigrayans will continue to fight and that his people were ready to die for their right to administer their own region. Human rights organizations are now voicing concerns concerning the government's intention to target Mekelle, saying that targeting civilian populations would go against international law.
You know, Maria, yesterday the United Nations called on both sides to spare the lives of civilians in this conflict. But is it simply too late for this conflict to now be resolved without, guns and bullets?
The international community has repeatedly called for negotiations between the TPLF and Abiy Ahmed, but the Ethiopian Prime Minister has so far rejected all attempts of mediation, including by the African Union, who is sending special envoys to Addis Ababa. The UN Secretary General expressed his deep concern and called for all parties to the conflict to de-escalate tensions. The European Union's foreign policy chief also expressed worries about this conflict possibly destabilizing the entire Horn of Africa. But in a statement published on Wednesday, Abiy Ahmed invoked the principle of non-interference and asked the international community to basically stay out of Ethiopia's internal affairs. He's accusing the TPLF of purposely internationalizing this conflict by, for example, accusing Eritrean troops of having entered the fighting and by firing missiles towards Eritrea's capital, Asmara. It's quite unlikely that the fighting in Mekelle will be the end of the conflict, and for now, negotiations don't seem to be an option.